It is sad to note that, due to famine, wars, persecutions, thousands of people adventure into a perilous journey every day to seek refuge and protection in a country other than their own. Many of them lose their lives while searching for green pastures. This exodus makes many of them homeless.
The International Organization of Migration estimated that in 2015 there were 120,000 migrants who crossed the Agadez region in the direction of Libya, Algeria, and then Lampedusa in Italy and Europe. These are regular flows. 2,000 to 3,000 people a week leave Agadez and go mainly to the south of Libya. In January and February 2016, these estimates were confirmed. It would be 120,000 or 150,000 more migrants this year heading towards Europe.
Since 2014, more than 7,000 people have died in the Sea of Mediterranean while trying to reach Italy. Much less is known about those who die before they reach the sea. Many have died in the desert of Sahara. The Niger has become a transit country for all those who are fleeing their countries to go to Europe. An SMA father named Mauro from the SMA province of Italy is in charge of migrants in Niamey.
I arrived here in 2011 when the Liberian crisis exploded. So overnight we ended up with hundreds, if not thousands of people passing and returning from Libya, fleeing the war situation. It lasted several months.
The war crisis in Mali and Nigeria, as well as the socio-political instability in several African countries, have caused waves of immigration to other countries through the Niger. Many of them suffer serious trauma. They are even seen as people without integrity, persona non grata.
So we ended up with injured people, those who had suffered violence, people who had no one considered, people who no one considered to be people, and who became objects of exploitation, refusal, and sometimes also contempt. And I've often called them invisible because no one saw them until we started talking about them, until there were people who were interested in them.
Welcoming the migrants, listening to them, and the care of the disabled ones, and that advocacy is part of the pastoral care of the priests of the Society of African Missions working in the Niger.
Alors, nous avons commencé ce type-là de service.
So we started this service by offering a place of reception, a place where they would be listened to, a place of orientation, and also a minimum medical assistance, help for food and clothes, and relational issues, by linking them with national communities already existing here, compatriots from Liberia, Guinea, Ivory Coast, Nigeria, and Senegal. We do not help people to go on their journey off to other countries. When the migrants come, we check that they are not leaving and going to another place. When they go to the sea, to Libya, Algeria, Sudan, we do not encourage them. We bring them news, assuming that those who have returned have brought us news about what is going on there. We pass this information on to the new arrivals and warn them of the danger and tell them not to go. I believe that our small service, monthly we assist between 35 and 40 people, has its validity precisely because we are outside large circuits. We try to meet the person in his individuality, and we value his story, so that this story does not go out, engulfed in the sand or dispersed in the wind. In other words, forgotten. Everyone's story is important. Church should not accompany people to a certain death. It's about life. The church is a transmission of life. We announce life. And with our welcome, we revitalize the immigrant.
The influx of migrants to Europe is a great concern and huge challenge to our human conscience to open borders and attend to the needs of these people who are just asking to live a dignified life, a more human life.
We see in some countries walls that are rising, migrants who are deported. They are not welcomed. European countries must realize that in principle we must welcome them. Niger is a poor country and has welcomed thousands of refugees from Nigeria who have been chased by Boko Haram. Niger has received migrants from Mali who have been chased by Al-Qaeda, or else from Libya. A poor country like Niger has received thousands of migrants. Why the rich countries cannot welcome them?